Sport is superstition, science, family, drama, love, theatre. It's everything. That's why we've made a betting brand for sports fans. That's Betr. Gamble responsibly.
I've missed you two battling inside the paint on our big call segment, so let's jump straight into it. Carlos, the Warriors have been poor on the road. Can they buck the trend and get it done away against the Spurs on Saturday?
Oh, they've been horrible on the road. I think they may be the worst road team in the NBA, which is so bizarre because they were so outstanding last year, obviously coming off a championship. The team looks a little different. But that being said, I got them winning this game in San Antonio. I think Steph just got back. Clay's been one of the hottest scorers in the NBA in the last 10 games, doing a great job. I think they figure out a way to start pushing that button. They're a team, they've gotten to the 7th spot in the Western Conference. They've been up and down. Again, they've been bad on the road, but I think they're about to flip that switch and start taking every game serious, maybe starting with the Spurs.
Well, James is nodding while you were talking, Carlos, so I feel like he concurs.
100%, Dicko. 3-16 on the road, the Warriors. That is atrocious. It's literally the worst in the NBA, as Carlos noted. That's worse than even Houston, who have been absolutely abysmal. You got to go the Warriors for the win with the head-to-head. But the thing is, like the Spurs, as bad as they've been, and they're one of the 4 worst teams in the NBA, basically, they do cover spreads at a pretty high rate. So when you're looking at that one, just saying, the point spread's probably an interesting play.
All right, James, now the Nuggets, they've been the form team in the West. Do they look too strong for the Clippers?
They do. And you know who absolutely loves playing the Clippers? The Denver Nuggets. They love punking them ever since the bubble playoffs when they came back from 3-1 down to beat Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. They've beaten them 10 times in the last 12 games. Even last, about a week and a half ago, they played and they embarrassed them. Absolutely flat out embarrassed them. Paul George and Kawhi both played that game, had zero impact because the Nuggets just ran right over the top of them. Basically, that defense, I think, of like Aaron Gordon and even Michael Porter Jr., really, not a noted defender, but having someone like Aaron Gordon on the perimeter, having a Brown-type Joker, Jamal, MPJ offensively, it's just really something the Clippers don't have the sort of cohesiveness at the moment to deal with. I think later in the season, it might be a different story, but right now, the Clippers are just coming off a big losing streak, got a big win yesterday, but the Nuggets will win this one again, make it, 11 of 13?
All right, Carlos, Nuggets or Clippers for you?
Yeah, I got the Nuggets as well. I mean, everything James said was right on the money. And they got nobody to guard the Joker. I mean, he's one of the best players in the world. They got nobody for him. I feel like the Clippers are one of those teams that could also flip a switch. Kawhi's playing much more consistently. Paul George is getting back out there. They got a veteran roster that looks really scary come playoff time. But right now, the Denver Nuggets are young. They're enthusiastic. They get up and down the floor so quickly. They score with ease. I just think the Clippers can keep up with that pace.
All right, let's have a look at some Sunday games. Carlos, where is the Grizzlies-Pacers clash going to be won and lost?
Ja Morant. I just think Ja Morant is the difference maker. I mean, I think the Indiana Pacers are doing a pretty good job. They play pretty solid defense. They got some guys emerging as stars. One of them being a rookie who's in that, Rookie of the Year hunt with Paolo Banchero. But Ja Morant, for me, is the difference maker. They don't have a guy like him. But the Grizzlies do. So I got the Grizzlies winning that game.
You going with the Grizzlies?
I would go with the Grizzlies as well. They've been unreal since the start of December. I think they're 15-4 and they're 17-7 since the big man, Triple J. Jaren Jackson Jr.'s been back. They've also got Desmond Bain. He's back as well. I love a good Batman villain on a basketball court. But they've also been the second best defense, I think, in basically this year with the second best defensive rating. They will win this game, but the Pacers have an incredible record of basically making sure that they cover the point spread. So just saying again, Grizzlies the win. Have a look at the line though for the Pacers.
All right, James, let's finish off with the Mavericks and the Trailblazers. Did make a trip to Portland over your summer break. Who are you expecting here?
This is a fascinating setup because you think about the way that Portland can sort of cover a team like the Mavericks. They've got big Jeremiah Grant over there on the wings. They've got the backcourt of Dame. They've got Anthony Simons. It's a little bit small, and the Mavs have those sort of big wings that they can throw out there. And amazingly, the Mavs actually beaten the Blazers the last 6 straight times, basically all the way back to March 2021. And Luka averages a lazy 38-8 against the Blazers.
Just
so
lazy.
the Slovenian sensation just goes out there and dominates each time. I think the Mavs spread out the Blazers in this one. 16th ranked defense for the Blazers. The Mavs, I think, have the 7th ranked offense, I think. And that's basically going to be the sort of difference. They'll spread them out. Hopefully knock down some threes. That's what a lot of the Mavs games sort of just rely on, them actually hitting their threes. It's like, today we're all going to hit them. Today we're not going to. We're going to lose that one, off they go. But Luka will dominate. They'll get the big win here.
All right, Mavs or Blazers with you, Carlos?
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, I love the Dame Dollar versus Luka Magic matchup right there. I think it's going to be a great one. Come down to the wire, but I agree with James. I think Dallas finds a way. I think Luka's just so hard to guard at 6'8". He kind of plays at his own pace. He gets everybody involved. Defensively, they got really big guards that can guard, Anthony Simons and those guys as well. But I do think it's going to be a close game. I got Dallas edging them out at the end.
That was the big call. Great to have you on board again, Carlos. You've been outstanding. You're the MVP in week 1. Well done. We'll see you again next week.
Can't wait to be here, guys.
All right, James, as we did it towards the end of last year, before we let you go, we like your little multis to just kickstart our year in 2023. What do you got for us?
Well, there's a couple of awesome games this weekend. Dicko, I want Indy over Atlanta, Knicks over Washington, and Minnesota over Phoenix as a head-to-head multi. If I was to do a same game, I'm just saying, Sacramento, I've got a big game against Houston. I'd look at the line there, the points total over, because neither of those teams are defending at the moment. And you could probably go 20-plus points for both De'Aaron Fox and the Souvlaki King, Domantas Sabonis.
The betting brand for sports fans. That's better. Gamble responsibly.